Welcome back to Daily Connections. I'm here once again with our house and home expert, Gina Stigi. Along with her great ideas on storing and displaying your jewelry, now Gina will tell us how to make our own jewelry displays. So this will be fun.
This is.
I like this.
This is nice. So we're going to do some things ourselves. Very, very simple, very affordable things you can do by yourself.
Love that.
So we're talking now about really necklaces and having a place to display them. So this is just from an office supply store, just an ordinary corkboard.
Great.
You know, off the rack, no big deal. I had a remnant of fabric, and we're just going to staple gun it around. So let's
turn it back over so everybody can see that.
Oh, sure.
So we saw that it's literally from just a supply store.
Yep, an office supply store.
Corkboard,
Yep, regular corkboard, you know, regular size. You can obviously get them in different sizes, so whatever size really works for you.
Okay.
And the space that you may have on your wall.
Right, you could do little ones, big ones.
Right.
You said you have a big one.
I have a big one.
A huge one?
I do kind of have a huge one, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and staple this, and you're literally wrapping it like a present. Okay. So there's no great secret. It's not like you're upholstering it per se. It's just wrapping it like a present.
So all we need is a staple gun.
A staple gun. I'm a huge fan of the staple gun.
Really?
Yeah, if you can staple it,
do it.
Go for it, yeah.
Okay. Now, where did you find this fabric?
You know what? It was left over from another project, but you can buy remnants at a fabric store very, very affordably.
What do you mean remnant?
Like a remnant is literally, a fabric store will have it because maybe they sold a certain amount of yardage to a client for, upholstery or window treatments, and then there's a little bit left on the bolt, and it's really, really affordable that way. So you're not spending a lot of money. You don't need a lot. I mean, it's probably, a quarter of a yard. Yeah. You could obviously go out and buy, a special fabric for it, but there's, most folks will have some sort of, you could take, a tablecloth, anything that you love. It's not a lot. So now we've stapled this on, and it's as taut as we can get it, pulled as tight. And we just take some push pins. Okay. And they need to just have some depth to them so that they have enough room
to hang everything
to hang the necklace. Yeah.
So your standard push pins will do for those.
I mean, I try to get pretty ones. I wouldn't get,
the ugly ones,
right?
I
mean, these are silver, which kind of coordinates with.
Look at that.
So so you could fill this up.
How simple is that?
And you could do brooches or pins.
Right.
Could go because this is cork, so it's going to receive anything that's sharp.
I love that idea. Yeah. That's very cool. Is that what you do in your home? You put your necklaces mostly on
I have my necklaces on it, and it's hanging on the wall, and it changes, and you can have separate them out. Maybe you could have a grouping of two of them and with more delicate things, and maybe bolder beads and things on another one.
A certain area.
Yeah.
Then when you change your mood, you can change the display. I like that.
Exactly.
How simple and great that is, though.
So that just hangs on the wall.
That is very nice.
Let's put that one aside.
Okay.
And we'll show you the next one. Really more for earrings.
Earring displays. All right.
So this is, again, just an ordinary frame. And we picked this frame up at a craft store. Okay. And we took out the glass and the mat and all of that. And we bought this is just an open weave linen, like a burlap. Okay. And the reason we say open weave is that it needs sort of room. We're going to put the earrings through it. Got it. So we went ahead and we stapled it all in, all the way around. Again, staple gun. Love that. So simple. In the stores, and we showed earlier that they use screening. From like a screen door or a window. You could do that. It's a little bit trickier to work with. You kind of need to be a little bit more crafty to work with the screening. So the fabric is much easier to work with. All right. So once you go ahead and staple that in, and then you can hang that on the wall and take your earrings.
Wow, and they just hang right through.
Yeah, and again, it's got the holes. It's that open weave fabric. You wouldn't do this with a velvet or anything. That wouldn't.
It's too hard.
It's too dense of a fabric, and you can go ahead and fill that up.
Wow.
And it's so beautiful. And again, you're making art out of something you already own.
I was going to say, it's a picture in itself.
It really is.
I love that.
And you can hang, again, a grouping of these on the wall or one on the wall and fill it up with your earrings.
I love that.
And you can just pop it off the hook if you need to and take down what you need.
And this is good, too, if you have lots of colorful jewelry and stuff like that. That's great.
And sometimes even, if you're not going to wear it, but you just appreciate it for its beauty, whether, like we said earlier, it's a hand-me-down, or even at flea markets and things and garage sales, you can find some stuff from the 60s,
crazy
that pop art,
yeah.
Crazy plastic jewelry that you would never wear, but really in a frame and hung on the wall can be quite interesting.
Awesome, right?
Yeah, so it's something a little different.
That is very nice.
Yeah,
very cool.
So we have some other real simple, absolute no staple gun involved here. Okay. So we take a beautiful stemmed glass and we're filling it with some cocktail rings. You can fill it with
How
whatever
neat is that?
jewelry. I wouldn't
Look at
put
all the big rings. Right?
I know, we love the cocktail
Love
rings.
those.
They're very, very, very in fashion right now. So this is good for the season. But I wouldn't put, you know, tiny little posts and studs in here. They're just going to get tangled. I wouldn't put necklaces or chains in there because they're going to get tangled. Right.
Yeah.
And then we just, you know, hung a small pair of earrings on the side. So this, you know, is a beautiful display.
Simple and nice.
Simple and nice. Just went to the cupboard and grabbed a beautiful glass.
And when someone comes into your room,
yeah,
always they're going to talk about it. They're going to write to that and say, look at that. How neat.
So this is something also that, you know, it's obviously not for display. It's not so beautiful. But if you did have a drawer, a top drawer of your dresser perhaps, and you wanted to organize some of your jewelry, this is a small mini muffin container.
Oh, okay.
An egg carton would work. An ice cube tray would work. So it's got the little things. So this is great for your smaller pieces and keeping them separate. And this just goes ahead and you pop it in a drawer.
And keep it
it's
nice and
something
separate.
you don't need to buy something. They sell these that are, you know, but you can absolutely just use this for.
And I can even decorate that if I want to. I could paint it, or I could add a little nice fabric in there.
You could line it with fabric. Yep,
glue
absolutely.
that in there to make a nice little satin touch in there or something, right? Right?
You could dress it up quite a bit.
But I mean, how cheap is that? I mean, literally, that's not costing you really anything.
That was from breakfast. Yeah,
exactly.
Those are from breakfast. And then this is something very simple, but I do find that, you know, all of this sort of bold jewelry aside, every day folks usually wear what? A watch, maybe a wedding ring, maybe a pair of studs. So your day-to-day jewelry, at the end of the night, you may not want to find the spot you got it from in the morning. But isn't it nice? You're tired. You're done. You're done. So having a beautiful tray, just something pretty, a designated spot. I know a lot of folks have lost, you know, a wedding ring or a beautiful, you know, diamond stud because they didn't put it anywhere. They just threw it on their nightstand. So this is just a designated spot for your day-to-day jewelry. At the end of the night, throw it there, and you always know where it is.
That's really good because you do lose things all the time. When I put it over here, I put it over there. Where did I put it?
Where did I put it? Or maybe you know, you're cleaning the bathroom or doing the dishes and you just take it off. Go back. This is its landing spot to the spot, and that way you'll always know where.
You know, this is good for men too. I must say, because they lose things all the time too.
Absolutely.
And if they have a little spot to put their stuff.
Yep.
At the end of the day.
There are beautiful leather trays that are more masculine. That would be great for a man. Cufflinks, watch. You know, again, the day-to-day stuff. Maybe even his wallet and some pocket change.
Right. You just toss it right on your tray.
This is your spot. And that way you can never lose it. So this is, again, a beautiful tray. We got an estate sale, very, very inexpensively.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right, garage sales. Yep. Those are great places to find this stuff.
Little tiny tray. So this is really fun.
This is so cool.
This is so cool, and this is so easy. Again, no staple gun. So we found a great vase, and we literally went to the backyard and got some branches, and we're hanging some necklaces off of it.
What a piece in the room. I mean,
simple.
Just looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh.
I know. Well, you think of a bouquet of flowers in a room. Yeah. Well, make your jewelry the flower. I mean, it's so beautiful.
That. I mean, what a display piece that is. And you know what you said before, that you could even get these that are ready to bloom.
Yes.
And maybe get a vase and put a little water in
You could put a little water, and you could. It's called forcing the branches. So this is a fruit tree. This is a pear tree, and you know, if I gave this water in a couple of weeks, they would have some little blossoms. Quince is great for that. Apple blossoms, cherry blossoms. If you don't live in an area where that's possible, you can even buy little silk flowers and glue them on if you wanted to.
Too. Little glue gun.
You could, and with or without the jewelry. But what a great, you know,
you
jewelry
don't even
display.
need the flowers though, because with all your beautiful jewelry,
the jewelry winds up being the display.
That is awesome.
Now this vase is very unique. I don't know if it can be seen, but it's got these rings on the top that are holding these branches in place, because you do want to make sure that the jewelry doesn't weigh the branch down and fall over. If you couldn't find a vase like this, because this is specific for that, you could get a regular vase and fill it with rocks.
Great.
And then that will anchor the branches.
The bottom down. Perfect. Gina, thank you so much. These are great tips. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.